everyone, and welcome to an XTIVIA webinar, delivering the information you need for the business future you want. We're sharing our knowledge to help your business thrive in today's new normal. My name is Alex Killian, and I'm the video producer here on XTIVIA's marketing team. And today you'll be hearing from some of our Microsoft experts. To tell you a little bit about our company before we dive into the webinar this morning, for nearly 3 decades, we've been providing a variety of expert IT services to hundreds of businesses in countless industries. If you can imagine the business outcome, XTIVIA can create it with technology. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Karen for our agenda this morning.
Thank you so much. So today we are talking about SharePoint, and some of the things we'll cover are what is SharePoint, the business benefits, and SharePoint online workflow, end of service considerations. So let's start with that first question. What is SharePoint? And SharePoint is a web-based platform to create and share documents where different teams can have their own page. And although it isn't super customizable, that's actually a great benefit for the program and the software because it's simple and it's user-friendly that way. So SharePoint, it's part of the Microsoft 365 grouping, a web-based collaborative internet platform, highly configurable with multiple editions and licensing options. So with that piece, just if you have questions about which kind of SharePoint you and your company are going to need, give us a call and we'd be happy to walk through like what you're using most or what you're not really using to kind of guide you in the right direction on that one. So, and then the last one, robust versioning control features. Tori, do you just want to speak a little bit to the security about that?
Yes, so with SharePoint Online, there is a feature, since a lot of the documents are collaborative in nature, it does offer a way to enable change control for documents and pages themselves as well. It also gives you the option to not just revert back to a previous version if needed, but it also allows you to move back forward if it turns out that that reversion wasn't actually needed.
Great. Yeah, that's a super feature about SharePoint. So what are the business benefits of using SharePoint in my Microsoft environment? The top points here are just the communication. It's so convenient, cross-department document file sharing. And then it's also the scalable storage. So depending on the kind of SharePoint you get, it'll just depend on how much storage you get also. And user-friendly SharePoint for the masses. So SharePoint is definitely, you don't have to be super techie to be able to use and navigate, which is great for training purposes when you're just starting out, or if you've been there a long time and you're the one teaching and you're the one sharing documents on SharePoint. And integrated data connects to the full Microsoft suite. So just as a few examples, Dynamics 365, Power BI, and the Power Apps. Tori, I mean, this is just like a cool feature. I love this part. That it works with Microsoft so well, and we all know like what Word looks like, and so it's easy when you go into SharePoint, you kind of have that Microsoft feel. What do you think just about like that integrated data part?
I also love the fact that it makes it so much easier to be able to edit documents that are already uploaded. If they are using Word through the 365 to edit those documents, they can actually be opened up in Teams or in browsers, so both. So you can actually edit it without even opening a browser, so you can do it from Teams itself. And the fact that it is able to integrate with Teams as well, so documents are accessible, so you don't even have to go to SharePoint, that Teams website to even be able to get those documents. You can just use the Teams application to do that instead.
That's so convenient. I love that. So what should I plan for with SharePoint workflow end of service?
Right. So with the workflow end of service, to note that this is for online only. The workflows for on-premise for 2016, 2019 are actually being extended until I believe it's 2026. But for online, they've already shut down one service back in August, They took away the ability to be able to add 2010 workflows or enable it in the newly created tenants. But coming up in November 1st, they're actually going to be removing the ability to run it as well, which is very different to most of the services in the past where you can keep using it. In this case, it will become non-functioning. So it's important that we go ahead, if possible, to bring over those workflows into the newer apps, which would be the Power Apps or the Power Automate. And this is only applying to 2010. 2013 workflows will continue to work. They'll also be functioning in the newer tenants as well. However, you have to turn that feature on because starting in November 1st, they're going to be turning that off by default on the newer tenants. But for 2010, we do recommend trying to bring them over to the all of the services that are available in the Microsoft Suite. And the Power Apps and the Power Automate are all available with your license. However, depending on which version of your agreement with Microsoft, it depends on what functionalities you do have. So also keep that in mind when you're migrating over.
Awesome, great, thank you. All right, so if you have any questions, we would love for you to reach out to either Tori or myself. We're available here with our email or our phone numbers there. If you have any questions, and we really just thank you for your time today and exploring a little bit about SharePoint.
Thank you so much, Karen, and thank you so much, Tori, for all that useful information. As a reminder, our XTIVIA webinars are happening every Thursday, so make sure to come back and check out the next one. Also, all of our webinars are available in our on-demand webinar library on our website. So the link will be in the description below for that. Definitely check out the rest of our offerings. We've got lots of great Microsoft webinars as well as a lot of other technology webinars. And thank you so much for joining us, everyone.